All great graphic designers have trained their eye to view and analyze designs in very specific ways. And after watching today's video, you will be able to do the very same. The very first thing every great and accomplished graphic designer out there will have done is to train their ability to recognize the use of graphic design principles on a design. And before you tell yourself that, oh, that's pretty easy, it's just the basics of graphic design. The graphic design principles are seen as the fundamental and basic aspects of graphic design. But the true test of a designer mastering them is being able to see them in use on any design and why they are being used. So if I asked you to look at this design here and identify every graphic design principle on this design, could you do it? But more importantly, could you actually give a reason for each principle use on a design? That's the key thing. Not only identifying the principles is useful, but giving a logical reason for its use is the next level. So we could identify that we have a strong use of the principle of movement, because we have the visual graphics pointing upwards in the form of arrows. And that is matched with things like the tall buildings and the female, all of which direct movement upwards in the three sections. Okay, cool, but now ask why. The astute designer will realize that the message of this design is the prosperity and growth of economies in Africa. So having movement that moves or suggests an upward direction plays right into this message. So the use of movement isn't random or used to look good, it has a purpose. And I won't go into every single principle at play here, but one last time, let's take a look at a different design. So this second design for Adidas, we can see a lot of white space being used, which helps to create emphasis and hierarchy on the trainer. The answer to why is a lot more obvious on this design than the first one, and that's because the designer wants people to notice the product, which is the trainer. This is the main appeal to the audience, so it's been made intensely obvious. So the first way that great designers can train their eye is that they can see real design principles on actual designs, but importantly, why they're being used. So once you can do this, you can then do it on your own designs in real time as you work on a project. One aspect of being a great designer in training your eye is to think like someone who interacts with a design. And one important aspect of that is to know and analyze what catches people's eye or attention. So you can start to make the practice of looking at a design and acknowledging what catches your eye and why. On this magazine layout, we can say that the contrast of huge imagery and white space pulls us in, or perhaps the large headings in bold sans serif fonts pull us in too, or maybe it's the vibrant uses of pink. The important thing is that viewers will unconsciously be pulled into a design without even realizing it. And as a designer, we need to move away from being the type of person who is unconsciously drawn into a design, and we need to move towards consciously seeing why we are pulled into a design. And when you do this enough, you will become a master at doing this on your own designs in real time. So instead of looking at this second design and just unconsciously moving your eyes around it, be very conscious of where you look first and why. Here, it's likely the steak on the fork, and then you move up to the typography at the top. The designer wanted you to notice the food first, which should induce curiosity and maybe a desire in the audience of this food-related magazine. The next way designers can train their eye is really easy to do, and you can do it at any time. Training your eye to recognize brand identity is essential for any designer because it teaches you to look for the consistency and intentional visual choice. We can look at the brand Chanel as an example. Every design element has a purpose, and they work together to communicate a refined, luxurious experience. Learning to see choices like Chanel's signature black and white color palette sharpens your understanding of how color can set a mood and define a brand's personality. Chanel's fonts are always minimal and elegant, chosen specifically to reinforce that sense of high-end simplicity. This isn't just about aesthetics, it's about using typography to embody Chanel's luxury image, teaching you, as a designer, how font choices can make or break a brand's perception. It's about looking at the brand identity and again determining why the choices have been made. That is the next level. Then there's the Chanel's iconic double C logo. It's not just a design mark, it's a symbol of exclusivity and status. By analysing why such an icon resonates across various different Chanel items, from perfume bottles to boutiques, you start to see how repetition and recognisable symbols create brand unity. Learning to recognise and understand these choices can help you design with the same clarity and intention, building strong, cohesive identities for any project. What I'm going to share with you now is something I implore every single graphic designer to do at some point. We're talking about making a swipe file. Now, if you don't know what a swipe file is, don't worry because I'm going to explain right now. By gathering visuals that catch your eye, you start identifying patterns in what you're drawn to. For instance, you may notice certain color combinations, layouts, or typography styles showing up repeatedly in your collection. This helps you understand not only what appeals to you, but also what elements tend to create strong design impact. It's best to make folders in Pinterest or Behance or on your computer, but the real value of a swipe file comes when you analyze each piece to figure out why it's effective. So you can ask questions like, what about the color scheme makes it striking or cohesive? How does the layout guide your eye through the design? What makes a typography feel on brand or engaging? This practice builds your skill in deconstructing designs, helping you to understand the why behind strong visual choices. Over time, your swipe file becomes a practical resource, allowing you to revisit proven techniques and apply them to your own projects, ultimately refining your design intuition. By training your eye to recognize effective design elements, you'll be able to create more compelling visuals and more effective design work yourself. To continue enhancing your design skills, check out my next video on the key principles of design. And until next time guys, design your future today. Peace.